It's old news that California typically has the highest gas prices in the nation, but on this Wired Wednesday, GVWire.com News Director Bill McEwen joins us to shed new light on why the price of gas is so high. Good morning, Bill. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Jim. You know, everybody knows about our high taxes and fees. That drives the cost of gas up in California. Also, we don't really have a lot of refineries, so capacity is limited at time. And then a couple years ago, a economics professor was tasked with breaking down gas prices in California. And when you add those taxes and fees and you take the wholesale price, he projected what the price should be. But he found that typically it was 30 to 40 cents higher than that. That's called the mystery surcharge. And people have known about that for probably 4 or 5 years. In fact, Gavin Newsom said, let's get to the bottom of it. It's never happened. But there's something else going on. And that is the fact that California drivers really aren't the best consumers.
Oh, now what does that mean, not the best consumers?
Well, so for example, when you look at other Western states, if this gas station is on this side of the street and there's a gas station on the other side, the prices may match, or they may be within 4 or 5 cents of each other. But what's your experience in California? Yes,
yes.
It's a lot different. The price over here may be $4.40 today, and the price across the street is $5.10. And so researchers at the UC Energy Institute are just puzzled by this because they say everybody in California complains about gas prices, but obviously too many consumers are not willing to drive a couple extra blocks or actually comparison shop. So knowing that I was coming on Wired Wednesday today, yesterday I took a look at the spread of gas prices in Fresno. How big do you think it was between the lowest and the highest?
I'll say a nickel.
A nickel. Well, yeah, you're just pulling my leg because it was $1.70 a gallon in difference. Yes, if you were out by Freeway 99, some stations were selling regular for $5.79, $5.75. If you go on GasBuddy.com, you know, you can see the low prices like Easy Trip, $4.05. Costco was like $4.15 or $4.19. So we complain about gas prices, but if we want to do something about them, search out the gas station in your neighborhood that offers the best bargain, because you will save a considerable amount of money.
But you nailed me on that one, because I think about it now. I pull up, I go, gosh, I can't believe I got to pay that money, and I put it in my car. I don't look across the street. I need to be looking across the street. I need to follow you and find out where the cheaper gas is.
Well, you can find it online every day. GasBuddy.com is really good. Now, there are a couple other things, and one of them is California just doesn't have enough gas stations to have, you know, that intense competition. We have bureaucratic hurdles to building new gas stations. The other thing is gas in California is dominated by the major brands. You know, the further east you go in the United States, you'll find a lot of so-called off-brands, and they're selling gas a lot cheaper than the major brands are. I'll just give you an example in my area. So we had a gas station on the corner. Yeah, the rate was okay. It was at a convenience store. But then Easy Trip opened up down the street. So I said to myself, there's no way they can compete against Easy Trip, right? Because they have the cheapest gas. Well, guess what happened? About 3 weeks later, there's a big banner out in front of the convenience store. They've lowered their prices, and they say no charge for credit card or debit.
Oh.
And you know, before there's always been a tacked on charge. So that's an example of market capitalism working. That business wants to continue to sell gas. It's not just going to give up in the face of Easy Trip entering the neighborhood. So, yeah, before you complain about the gas price, shop around. And you can read this story at gvwire.com for more details.
And I would recommend people do that very thing. Bill, thank you so much for coming in as always and educating us. And particularly, I got a personal education I'll share with my wife and anybody I run into. And great day will be